Snark Squad.
Babes.
It is Easter weekend. And the espresso martinis, completely out. The chocolate cake.
Also out?
Also out. We are so full. We are, like, definitely tipsy. And, babes, we are ready to spill the tea.
It is a long weekend. But, babes, our Fridays stay busy, just like the Snark Squad.
Yeah.
And we are absolutely living for it.
We truly are. I have to admit, though, like, the sugar coursing through my veins right now is providing a very specific kind of chaotic clarity.
It's the chocolate coma.
It really is. For anyone watching, yes, we are actively eating chocolate cake right now. Because, babes, we had too much Easter chocolate. So now, chocolate for the next few days. No regrets.
None at all.
But before we get into the absolute mess on our screens this week, I need to talk about the mess in our actual lives. Because I'm spiraling.
Well, we are fully spiraling.
We got invited to open houses again this weekend, and, babes, we are absolutely going. But also, I'm slightly jealous.
Slightly.
Okay, wildly jealous. Because the home's, like, $2 million.
Babes, we live in apartments.
Literally.
She is rich. So, yes, we are living through her. But I am genuinely struggling with, like, the duality of it. On one hand, I am fiercely, aggressively proud of her.
Right.
She climbed the ladder. She secured the bag. She is buying this architectural dream with a walk-in pantry the size of my entire living room. But internally, the dark, envious, rent-paying creature inside of me is screaming into the void.
It's a lot to process.
I'm looking at my galley kitchen where the oven door hits the refrigerator if I open it too fast, and I'm battling this intense wave of inadequacy. Like, how do you reconcile wanting the absolute best for your friend while simultaneously feeling this bitter pang that you are just fundamentally falling behind?
Well, you reconcile it by stepping back from the emotional response. You need to examine the structural reality of the asset.
Okay, please analyze me out of this jealousy.
I will. You are looking at the marble countertops and the infinity pool, but you are failing to look at the liability column.
Wait, that's so true. Let's apply some cold, hard rationality to this. She is acquiring a $2 million property, which means she is taking on a massive non-liquid debt obligation.
Yeah, debt.
Exactly. She is taking on the property taxes, which in that zip code are basically a second salary. She is absorbing the psychic burden of maintenance. When the custom HVAC system fails in mid-July, she is the one hemorrhaging capital to fix it.
Wait. I love where this is going.
What is our reality? We show up on a Saturday afternoon with a bottle of premium tequila.
Yes, we do.
We utilize the pool. We consume the artisanal snacks from that massive pantry. And when the sun goes down, we leave. We are effectively securing a multi-million-dollar leisure experience without assuming a single ounce of the financial risk.
Oh, my God.
You shouldn't be jealous. You should be calculating the incredible return on investment your friendship just yielded.
Okay, when you break it down into a literal risk assessment model, my bitterness is completely evaporating.
I'm telling you, let her pay the mortgage. We just float.
I will gladly be the outsourced, risk-free pool friend. I just need to remind myself of the property tax rate every time I feel tempted to make a passive-aggressive comment about her crown molding.
Exactly.
But honestly, the espresso martinis are the only things grounding me right now because my nerves are completely shot from what happened on our way into this studio today.
The structural integrity of this fondant is the only thing holding my central nervous system together. We need to dissect the absolute paranoia of the modern public square right now.
I am still vibrating with anxiety. Because we think someone filmed us.
Oh, they definitely filmed us.
Walking into the studio, this woman suddenly shouts. We turn around, completely caught off guard. She poses. And I swear, I have a visceral, gut-level certainty that someone across the street was recording her, and we were directly in the background of the shot.
We were the entire background.
Then we get upstairs, we open TikTok, and we see that massive "Why are you so obsessed with me?" challenge that's just saturating the algorithm. Babes, we are convinced that was us.
Let's look at the actual mechanics of the space for a second.
Please, because I'm losing my mind.
She was positioned approximately 10 feet away, utilizing the natural light bouncing off the glass facade of the building.
Yeah.
The person holding the camera was crouched low, angling the lens upward to capture the skyline behind her.
Right.
Optically, that means we were undeniably captured in the lower third of the frame. We were illuminated perfectly by the midday sun, frozen in mid-step, holding half-eaten baked goods with expressions of utter bewilderment.
I hate this.
We didn't just walk into a shot. We became the defining background texture of her content.
And this is exactly why I am having a full existential meltdown. There is no privacy anymore.
None.
You cannot exist in a public space without the looming threat of becoming non-consensual content. It's 2026, can we breathe?
The panopticon is real.
You can't even walk down the street, chew your food, or have a private conversation without wondering if you are the background character in someone else's day-in-the-life vlog. What if I was mid-chew? What if my posture was terrible?
I mean, your posture was fine.
Are we supposed to just aggressively perform perfection every second we are outside our apartments? It is suffocating.
It is the ultimate democratization of surveillance. Historically, surveillance was a tool of the state. Now, it is a tool of our peers.
That is so dark.
We police each other's behavior by constantly documenting it. But you just have to release the illusion of control. If you end up on a viral feed looking chaotic and bewildered while clutching a piece of cake, you simply have to reframe it.
Reframe it how?
It isn't a failure of privacy. It is a highly accurate, on-brand documentation of your current state of being.
I suppose. Wow. Okay, well, if you think we have trust issues with strangers recording us on the sidewalk, try being in the Belle Collective, where your so-called friends are digging up fake boyfriends and spreading them around town.
A transition. Flawless.
Babes, let's get into this week's mess. Because we need to recap. Let me reintroduce myself. And I'm losing my mind over this Dr. Juice Cleanse rumor.
It is a profound study in the architecture of control.
Let me set the scene, because you really have to understand the sheer weight of what Tambra is carrying in her real life right now to grasp how vile this rumor is. Tambra is currently living with her parents. Her dad is exhibiting severe, terrifying signs of dementia.
Right.
They initially thought he had a stroke, but they have no clear answers. She is literally standing in her parents' kitchen, methodically brewing him a specific type of tea so it doesn't chemically interfere with his cocktail of medications.
The sandwich generation trauma is real.
She is drowning in this very real human trauma, caring for a newborn baby and a sick parent. And while she is doing that, what is the rest of the group doing?
They're operating a shadow factory of character assassination.
Shanti
specifically. She has appointed herself the distributor of this narrative. She approaches Leticia under the guise of concern, which is the classic Trojan horse of reality TV gossip, and delivers this highly synthesized rumor.
It's so wild.
She claims that Tambra and Dean's entire relationship is a fabricated construct, that they aren't romantically involved, they just decided to co-parent as platonic friends, and that Tambra has a secret boyfriend.
And we have to pause here. Because if you are going to invent a secret lover for a woman on reality television, you usually go for high drama, like a real estate mogul.
Yeah.
Or a married politician.
Sure.
But no. What is the name of Tambra's supposed illicit paramour? Malone. And what is his profession? He is the owner and operator of Dr. Juice Cleanse.
It is a phenomenal detail.
Dr. Juice Cleanse. I am literally picturing Tambra, exhausted, sneaking down a dark alleyway in a trench coat, tapping on the back door of a wellness shop to do illicit, passionate shots of wheatgrass with Malone.
Among the crates of celery.
It is the least sexy, most aggressively alkaline affair ever conceptualized in the history of television.
But what's fascinating here is how rumors in Jackson manifest. When a rumor is generated in a small town, it cannot survive on vague archetypes. It requires a tangible anchor.
A local face.
Exactly. It needs a face the community recognizes. Malone isn't a shadowy billionaire. He's the guy blending kale on Main Street. The specificity gives the illusion of credibility.
That makes so much sense. But the way Tambra handles it is what I'm obsessed with. She doesn't scream at a dinner party. She tells Dean everything immediately so he isn't blindsided.
Crisis management.
And then she executes the ultimate power move. They get in the car, and they march straight over to Malone's shop to squash it face to face. Can you imagine having to go to a juice bar to tell the owner, hey, the town thinks we're dating?
It's an incredibly high-stakes interpersonal maneuver.
I would die of awkwardness.
I want to point out the mechanics of it, though. She completely disarmed the rumor by validating its existence in the real world and letting the air out of the tire. Malone handled it with incredible grace, too.
He really did. He was just like, welcome to Jackson.
But my anger completely short-circuited when we pivoted to Selena and Carrie, the backpedal of the century.
To fully grasp the weight of this scene, we have to understand Selena's baseline psychological state. She is stressed. Her bridal party is scattered across Tennessee and Texas. Her maid of honor isn't doing her job, and she is drowning in wedding logistics.
And into this high-pressure environment, Carrie introduces a deeply destabilizing rumor about Selena's fiancé, Mike, allegedly having a secret child.
And when Selena finally confronts Carrie face to face, Selena does something terrifying. She doesn't yell. She just points out the exact moment Carrie's facade cracked. She says, "When I asked you where you heard it, you paused."
That pause is everything.
5 seconds of silence.
It is the defining empirical evidence of deception. In that 5-second silence, Carrie's brain was working in overdrive. She got spooked into submission because her brain literally could not process the lie fast enough to maintain eye contact.
I was screaming at the screen. The worst thing you can do in this collective is try to show loyalty by telling a lie. And Carrie's defense for sending Shantae to Tampa to spy on Tambra.
Oh, the corporate jargon.
It's better to ask for forgiveness than permission. I almost threw my martini. You cannot use a bumper sticker quote to justify espionage on your friend.
It is a complete abdication of moral responsibility. She views the people in her life as chess pieces.
A rogue operative. But as furious as I am at Carrie, we cannot talk about Selena's stress without addressing the most unhinged fiancé behavior I have ever witnessed.
The international dental tourism.
Veneers. Babes, Mike is taking Selena to Colombia. Not for a romantic pre-wedding retreat. He is flying her to South America specifically to get her teeth filed down for porcelain veneers. Why? Because he wants her to have a beautiful smile on their wedding day.
The psychological weight of that suggestion is staggering.
I would change my name and move to a different continent. He casually suggests international dental tourism for the wedding photos.
It isn't just a critique. It is a mandate for surgical alteration.
And her body literally rejects it. Her blood pressure spikes so high from the numbing shots they almost stop the procedure. She was on the verge of a cardiac event in a foreign dental chair.
That is the somatic manifestation of psychological trauma. Her body was screaming the truth that her mouth was too numb to articulate.
It is genuinely terrifying. But speaking of men destabilizing their successful partners, we have to talk about Leticia and Glenn, the least romantic spa date in history.
This scene requires a granular structural breakdown.
Glenn surprises her with a massage at the Soul Spa because she's stressed. She gets in the plush robe, the pan flute music is playing, she drops her guard, and it's a trap.
A total ambush.
While she's waiting for hot stones, he pitches himself to be her new manager. He tells her to fire her current manager and hire him.
From a purely strategic standpoint, this is a catastrophic failure of negotiation tactics.
Yeah.
You do not ambush a multimillionaire CEO while she is stripped down in a bathrobe.
You bring a spreadsheet, you don't bring massage oil.
Exactly, you demonstrate value.
And Leticia brutally responds. She looks at him and says, "You don't even check your own emails. What does that look like managing me?"
A devastating read based entirely on empirical fact.
Flawless. And Glenn feels emasculated and complains that every time he tries to be nice, it turns into an argument. He tried to trade a $50 back rub for control over a multi-million-dollar corporation.
He views his affection as transactional currency.
Opportunistic and slimy. And then, to fix the vibes, they double date with Carrie and Matt at a bowling alley.
The physical comedy of this is unparalleled.
Matt is talking a massive game, saying it'll be easy money. Glenn steps up, tries to assert his dominance, swings the heavy ball, and his thumb gets caught in the hole.
It drops straight down.
It drops an inch from his foot with a thud. The sheer physical comedy of his fail perfectly mirroring his managerial fail. I cackled so loudly.
His grip was too tight, driven by anxiety and a need for control, resulting in complete operational failure.
Pure poetry. But you know who did not fail operationally? Tambra. The museum Sip and See.
A stroke of strategic genius.
To control her narrative, she rents out the Smith-Robertson Museum, the first African-American school for kids in Jackson. She literally takes the collective to school.
The act of self-curation is fascinating here.
She displays her parents, who have been married 57 years, then a baby picture showing her with a broken leg, which explains her intense protectiveness over her child's care.
She replaces their judgment with her truth.
And then the middle school cheerleading outfit. "This is why I'm loud. I've been cheering my whole life."
Here's where it gets really interesting, though. She completely disarmed them.
She opens up about her 39 fibroids being removed, freezing embryos, the trauma of being in the ICU fighting for her life while baby London Simone was in the NICU.
Bringing that level of visceral vulnerability into reality TV forces the cast to sit with genuine empathy.
I was crying into my espresso martini. And then she brings out baby London Simone to meet the ladies. It was a total power move.
But then?
Marie.
Oh my God, Marie, the unhinged overshare.
We have to remember earlier in the episode, Marie's playing horse with her son Jay. He wants to open a dispensary, and she gently pushes him to learn her businesses to protect his inheritance. boss mom behavior. But then, at the classy emotional sip and see, Marie announces she's on dating apps. And then, unprompted, shares that at 18, she had a threesome where a woman went down on her.
The cognitive whiplash.
Babes, we're at a historical museum looking at a baby's broken leg cast, and Marie is talking about her teenage threesome.
And she immediately follows it up by clarifying, I don't want a woman, I want a man. That wasn't for me.
The punchline. I gagged on my cake. Live your truth, but maybe not next to the framed cheerleading skirt.
It undeniably shattered the heavy emotional tension in the room.
Pulverized it. So between renting museums, dropping bowling balls, and dropping threesome bombs, we need to officially evaluate who is actually winning this week. Let's get into segment 1, boss or mess.
Let's evaluate who is structurally thriving and who is operationally failing. Who is thriving?
Tambra is a total boss. She didn't yell at a dinner table. She curated an exhibit about her own personality to force her friends to understand her. She cleared up a rumor directly at the source. She showed off her baby on her own terms.
I will concede the execution was flawless. But I am going to challenge you. Is Tambra a boss? Or is renting a museum to explain why you have a loud voice actually unhinged behavior?
Oh, it's profoundly narcissistic. But in reality TV, weaponized narcissism is a boss move. She flipped the board. My other boss is Marie.
Marie?
Boss in her parenting, guiding Jay, and a boss for living her truth and not being ashamed of her wild past, even if the timing was a disaster.
I can respect that. Now, who is struggling?
Glenn is an absolute mess.
A walking cautionary tale.
You cannot ask to manage a multimillionaire when you don't read your emails. And you definitely can't act like a business genius when your thumb is stuck in a bowling ball.
His actions are entirely reactive and defensive. My pick for messy is Carrie.
Oh, she's so messy.
She got caught in a lie about the baby rumor, hit that panic pause, and tried to excuse her meddling with a bumper sticker quote. She lacks strategic foresight.
She really does. Speaking of messes, let's talk about the relationships holding on by a thread. Segment 2, friendship fracture. Who is being a real friend and who is completely fake?
If we're looking for authentic connection, we have to look at Tambra and Leticia.
So real. Tambra is giving Leticia real, lived advice about fibroid surgery, telling her how to advocate for preserving her uterus. I loved this genuine sisterhood moment.
It grounds the show, but the fake friendships are blaring like a siren. Let's break down Selena and Carrie.
Fake, fake, fake.
Carrie brings Selena rumors but doesn't stand 10 toes down when confronted. Her internal monologue proves she's more interested in playing the game than being loyal.
I have a question for you and the listeners. Babes, if your friend paused for 5 seconds before answering where they heard a rumor about your fiancé, are you cutting them off?
Instantaneously.
Blocked and deleted. And we also have Shantae and Leticia.
Shantae is acting as the biggest outside noise, bringing the juice cleanse rumor to Leticia.
Leticia is realizing Shantae comes with nothing but mess. Some of these fractures come down to individual choices. Let's debate the biggest moves of the week. Segment 3. Power move or petty? We each picked 3. I'll start. Number 1. Tambra taking Dean directly to Malone at Dr. G's cleanse. Power move to shut down the rumor at the source. Or petty to drag her man to a juice bar to confront a random business owner.
It is a definitive power move. Going directly to the origin point is the sociological equivalent of a vaccine.
But you have to admit it's dripping in petty energy. Hi, I'd like a ginger shot. Are we secretly dating?
Highly effective.
Number 2, Mike telling Selena to get her teeth done in Colombia for the wedding photos. Power move to finance a glow-up, or petty to critique her smile right before the wedding.
The antithesis of a power move.
Yeah.
Purely petty, controlling, and destructive. Inducing a medical emergency for Instagram photos is not a power move.
Massive red flag. Number 3, Leticia telling Glenn, you don't even check your own emails. Power move from a successful CEO or petty wife behavior during a couple's massage.
The ultimate apex power move. She delivered a factual, unassailable performance review to a subordinate who happened to be her husband. Flawless.
Chills. All right, your turn.
Number 1, Tambra putting her middle school cheer outfit in a museum. Iconic power move, or the pettiest way ever to say, I'm naturally louder than you.
Oh, molecular level petty. Renting an institution of learning to explain your vocal cords is the zenith of petty behavior.
I disagree. By elevating a personality quirk to a historical artifact, she makes it immune to criticism. You can't argue with an exhibit.
Fair point.
Number 2, Carrie saying, I do what I want to do. It's better to ask for forgiveness. Owning her villain era as a power move, Or deflecting blame as petty.
Cowardly and petty. A real villain looks you in the eye. A petty person hides behind a Pinterest quote to avoid conflict.
Highly accurate.
Blech.
Number 3. Glenn pretending a spa day was a romantic gift when it was a job interview. Power move to hustle his wife? Or pathetic and petty?
Pathetic and deceptive. Send a Google Calendar invite if you want an interview. Tricking your wife is slimy.
We've judged their moves, but babes, we know this piece won't last. Let's look into our espresso martini-fueled crystal ball.
Segment 4. Who's about to explode? Let's predict the upcoming chaos.
Based on the unresolved tension, I predict a massive blowout for Leticia and Glenn's marriage.
It's coming.
At the very end of the episode, Glenn diminishes Leticia's job by saying she just pushes buttons on a laptop.
I'm cast.
While she points out a location is hemorrhaging money. You cannot tell a woman running 9 locations that she just pushes buttons. Explosion imminent.
He's gonna get fired as a husband. My prediction, Selena's bridal party. We are on the verge of a full bridezilla meltdown.
The environmental conditions are perfectly calibrated for collapse.
The maid of honor is dropping the ball, bridesmaids are scattered, and her blood pressure is sky high from the Colombian dentists. She is going to snap.
And we must predict the backlash to Tambra's reintroduction. What raises an important question is, how long until someone uses that ICU story or the cheerleading outfit against her in an argument?
The countdown has started. Someone is going to get mad at a brunch and scream, "Go put your attitude in a museum." You can't hand reality stars your deepest trauma and expect them to handle it with care.
She provided them with an arsenal of highly specific ammunition.
Honestly, I need another slice of chocolate cake just thinking about the stress of Glenn pushing Leticia's buttons, literally.
It is time to conclude our analysis.
Yes. Espresso martinis, chocolate overload, open house envy, possible TikTok fame.
It's been a wildly chaotic weekend.
But we need to hear from you. Are you watching Belle Collective? Has you ever been jealous and proud of a friend at the same time?
And babes, would you confront someone filming you?
Next time you're out, look around. Are you the main character in someone else's TikTok, or are you just eating too much chocolate in public?
A terrifying thought.
Remind, rate, review, subscribe, send submissions. Send this to your most chaotic bestie who needs the truth about Dr. Juice Cleanse. Thank you to the Snark Squad.
Stay shady.
Stay iconic, and we'll see you on the Snark side.